Uh, did you ever have a kid or a girl? In my case, it was a cousin. She was a pain in the ass. Her name was Victoria. Why didn't they just name her Vicky? But they named her Victoria. And when we had a bunch of the families over at Aunt Bertha Lewis's, and us boys, me and me and Timmy and Charles and Ray, we was really cool. We thought we was the stuff. And we'd go out behind the toilet, you know, the Johnny house. It didn't have a bathroom inside. And we'd go out there behind that Johnny house and take a smoke. You know, we was cool. But we'd go back there and inhale. It hurt. I don't know why we did it. It didn't feel good then, but later on it felt good. But back then it made you cough. And we was out back behind the toilet taking a smoke. And blowing it out our nose. We were hot stuff. And all of a sudden, here come Prissy K. We didn't want her around, but with her was Victoria, Vicky. And she come back there and she seen us smoking. She went, I won't tell. So, later on that day, when they were serving dinner and everybody was around this big old table out there and everything, and we was looking at that fried chicken, and we was eating, and all of a sudden, Victoria, Vicky, she chimed in, I know a secret, but I ain't telling. We knew she was gonna tell. So, Aunt Bertha Lewis, she started grilling Ricky. What's your secret, honey? You can tell me. she said something, I can't remember the exact words. She said, well, the boys was out behind the toilet smoking, but I can't tell. It was a secret. And we was listening to all this. And Uncle Glenn was there. He was a Methodist preacher. He took us out in the yard. All us boys, me, Ray, Charles, and Timmy. And he said, let me see your cigarettes. And everybody looked like, I ain't got none. Let me see your cigarettes. So everybody pulled out their packs of cigarettes. We all had a pack. Back then, you could go buy cigarettes. You could go to the machine, put in your quarter, and get a pack of cigarettes. So we all had cigarettes. And Uncle Glenn smoked a pipe. And Uncle Edward smoked a cigar. Well, Uncle Glenn pulled out his pipe and lit it up, and Uncle Edward pulled out a cigar and lit that cigar up and puffing on that thing. And Uncle Glenn said, come on, boys, fire 'em up, let's have a smoke. And he finally forced all of us to pull out a cigarette and light it up. And made us smoke it. And when we got done smoking, he said, let's smoke 'em up again. So the next thing we knew, we was puffing on a second cigarette. Uncle Edward, the cigar smoker, he said, come on, inhale that stuff, it's good. We went through about 4 or 5 cigarettes. I forget how many it was. But by then, we was getting kind of green around the gill. And a couple of ants was watching. They was getting a charge out of that. And Uncle Glenn said the next time you boys want to have a smoke, come tell us, we'll come have a smoke with you. Oh my God, I ain't never forgot that little Ricky doing that. Daggone her time. She was like that. Well, it's a secret, but I ain't supposed to tell. It's a secret. They were smoking cigarettes. Oh my gosh. It didn't stop us from smoking, but we was more discreet where we smoked at. And we didn't have no blabbermouth girls hanging around wanting to catch us. But Vicky and Kay was the biggest pain in the butt. And they were like they were like 8 or 9 years old, maybe. Yeah, they were about, as I say, at least 8. Victoria. She has a restaurant in Richmond, Virginia now. Or the last time I heard anything, she did. It was a big restaurant. And her daddy passed away when she was about 9 or 10. His name was Mahood George Winkler, her daddy's name. And she had a brother. His name was Mahood George Winkler Jr. And everybody always calls the boy Mahood. And when he got about 14, he hated that name. So he started going by George. Don't call him Mahood no more. I don't know what it is, people, my nickname and stuff was Mac or Mackie. And somewhere along the line, it got changed to Russell. My full name is Russell McLendon Pearson Jr. I was named after my daddy. That's also my son's name, the one that passed away in 1986. I named him after me. My sister's name was Carolyn Dolores Pearson. And somehow or another, her nickname when we was little was Snooks. Snooks or Snooky. But as she got older, she didn't like that. Anytime I talk to her now or see her, I call her Snooks. Baby Snooks. She didn't like that. But Snooky was born March the 1st, 1942. I was born March the 4th, 1941. There wasn't quite a year's difference in our births. So Mom and Daddy was busy. And she stayed busy. She stayed busy to 1963 when she had that child she gave up for adoption. Victoria. I'd love to see her now. I'd love to go up to her and say, I got a secret you promise you won't tell, and she know exactly what I'm talking about. But that was Aunt Dorothy and Uncle Mahood's kids. And Uncle Mahood, he was into photography big time. He loved it. He had his own little dark room and all that stuff, and he was always doing photography and stuff. And one day, me and the boys, it was me, Timmy, Charles, and Mahood Jr. And we was in his daddy's dark room just looking around, looking at the pictures and stuff. And guess what we found? Some big glossy 8x10 pictures of Aunt Dorothy in the nude. And they were nice. They weren't really vulgar, but she was naked. And there them booze were. I wonder if Aunt Dorothy ever knew, and she's almost 100 now. I wonder if she ever knew that us nephews found them pictures. Shoot, Charles wanted to take one of them home, but my husband wouldn't let him. A new picture of Aunt Dorothy. They're nice pictures. And Dorothy was, she was kind of a hottie. Well, she was a hottie. Oh my goodness. Aunt Dorothy in the nude. I would love to tell Aunt. Nah, I wouldn't do that to her. I bet she don't look like that now. She's almost 100. I think she's about 96 or 97, something like that. And she's the only one of the girls in that. There was 10 children, and there was like 6 girls and 4 boys. And let's see, and they're all dead. All 10 children. No, 9 of the children are dead. Aunt Dorothy's still living. 10 children. Granddad and Grandpa was busy too. Anyway, folks, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And if you're seeing this video, I'm still in the hospital. Love you. See ya. GoPro, stop recording.